Count us if you can. How many emperor penguins live in Antarctica? Scientists wanted to know. They came up with a creative way to count them. As you read, think about how scientists figured out where the penguins were. Boys and girls, pause the video while you write your first name, last name, and date at the bottom of your Scholastic News. Plenty of penguins. For many years, scientists weren't sure how many penguins lived in Antarctica. It's hard to find little penguins on such a big continent. So scientists came up with a way to count them. They took photos from space. They used a camera on a satellite. A satellite is a type of machine that travels in space. The scientists looked at the photos. They couldn't find any penguins. Penguins are too small to see from space. But scientists saw something else. They saw piles of penguin guano. That's poop. Piles of guano can be huge. They can be seen from space. Scientists knew the guano meant penguins were nearby. They went to that part of Antarctica. They took closer photos. Now they could see penguins. They counted them. There were twice as many penguins as they had thought. A camera in space and big piles of poop helped them solve their mystery. By Blair Ransford. Emperor penguins live in the ocean and on ice around Antarctica.
Dance break. Let's dance one more time. Freeze! Now take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And let it out. 3, 2, 1. Now, look to the ground.
How scientists counted. Read the steps to see how scientists solved their penguin mystery. Step 1. The scientists used a satellite camera like this one. It travels through space. It takes photos of Earth. Step 2. They took this photo of the ice. The big brown smudge is guano. There are penguins here too, but they are too small to see. Step 3. Then scientists took a closer photo of the smudge. Now they could see the penguins. They are the little black dots. Step 4. The scientists counted almost 600,000 penguins. Before that, they had thought there were only about 300,000. Different types of penguins live in different places around the world. This map shows where 4 types of penguins live. Penguins around the world. So here is the world. We live in North America. There's South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. So the rockhopper penguins looks down here in South America as well as over here on Antarctica. The emperor penguin lives here. The black-footed penguin lives down here in Africa. The fairy penguin lives here in Australia. Which penguin lives in Africa? Is it the emperor penguin, the rockhopper penguin, or the black-footed penguin? Question 2. Which penguin lives in 2 different places? Is it the rockhopper penguin, the emperor penguin, or the fairy penguin? Where do both rockhopper and emperor penguins live? Australia, South America, or Antarctica? Where do both rockhopper and emperor penguin live? Australia, South America, or Antarctica? Bonus, aka challenge, aka must do. Magellantic penguins live in one of the same places as rockhopper penguins. They do not live in the same place as emperor penguins. Where do they live? Put a check next to it on the map.
Count us if you can.
Across the ice. Emperor penguins spend most of the year in the ocean. They swim and eat fish and squid. But when winter comes, they know it is time to make a long trip. For days, the penguins do nothing but walk and walk. Sometimes they slide across the ice on their bellies. After almost a week of walking, they reach their river reef. That is the place where they will lay and hatch their eggs. Each penguin mom lays one egg. Quickly, she passes it to the penguin dad. He puts the egg on top of his feet. Then he covers it with a warm flap of skin from his belly. Now Mom takes another long trip across the ice. She goes back to the ocean for food. She was gone for 2 months. That whole time, Dad keeps the eggs safe and warm. He doesn't eat for 2 months because he can't leave the egg alone. One day, the egg hatches. A penguin chick is born. The chick is hungry, and so is Dad. Suddenly, the chick hear a noise like a trumpet. Mom is back. She has a belly full of food. She spits some of it up into the chick's mouth. To the chick, it's a great meal. Now it's Mom's turn to stay with the chick. Dad heads out to hunt for food in the ocean. For the next few months, Mom and Dad take turns. While one watches the chick, the other goes out for food. The chick gets bigger and bigger. Its soft gray feathers fall off. It has waterproof black and white feathers like its parents had. Now the chick is big and strong enough to make the trip to the ocean itself. It will spend the summer swimming and hunting just like Mom and Dad. Have a good trip, penguins! What is one thing penguin moms and dads do for their chicks? Talk about it. See you soon.
Boys and girls, you're going to write your first name, last name, and date on this line. This is the penguin count sequencing. Sequencing is putting things in order from first to last. The sentences below explain how scientists were able to count emperor penguins, but they are out of order. Read them, cut them out, and paste them in order. Please use your Scholastic News for the correct order. So, you're going to cut out along the dotted lines. Do not cut out the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to just go whoop, whoop, and then cut those 4 out. And then you're going to put them in order. The scientists counted almost 600,000 penguins. That's 300,000 more than they thought there were before. Is that first, second, third, or last? The scientists took closer photos and they could see little black dots. Those dots were the penguins. Was that first, second, third, or last? The scientists used a satellite camera to take pictures of Antarctica from space. Was that first, second, third, or last? The scientists looked at the photos. They didn't see penguins, but they saw brown smudges, which were piles of guano. That meant penguins were nearby. Is that first, second, third, or last? So cut them out, put them in order, use your Scholastic News to help you put them in order, and then glue them on the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and put everything in the finished work bin when you are done.